Hi, I'm Joe Dante. This is Trailers from Hell. One thing you learned when you went to the movies when you were a kid is that you really couldn't trust the advertising. Now, I went to see a picture called The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, and the poster looked like this. Kind of cartoony, but still a cool monster, and he looks like he's, sort of going to break that girl in half. But in the movie, he doesn't look like that. In fact, he doesn't look like much of anything. In 1956, the American Releasing Corporation, the fledgling distributor that would soon morph into American International Pictures, needed a cheap second feature to run with Roger Corman's Day the World Ended. So they bought this stupefying indie written by Sam Arkoff's brother-in-law. It's one of those pictures that made a 10-year-old's heart sink right off the bat. Once we get an early gander at the so-called Phantom, it's all downhill. People come into rooms. They talk. They leave. They never say anything remotely interesting or sensible. There's a time-consuming subplot involving a sinister, unidentified nation, which goes nowhere. The Milner brothers, who produced this shoestring saga, make the unforgivable slip of stinting on the monster. Remember, we were spoiled by the beautifully designed creature from the Black Lagoon, and what we get here is this bulky, clunky, underwater Halloween costume. At least the awful monster in Creature from the Haunted Sea was supposed to be a joke. Bill Warren points out in his essential book on 50s sci-fi, Keep Watching the Skies, that a league is 3 miles, so 10,000 leagues would position the Phantom 20,000 miles out in space on the other side of the planet. Apparently 20,000 leagues under the sea referred to how far the Nautilus could travel underwater. In any case, this Phantom is seldom seen more than a few feet beneath the surface, where he lurks waiting to bump his head into the boats of those unlucky enough to come near the pile of underwater uranium that he guards for no discernible reason. But the penny-pinching Milners did learn something from this stinkeroo. Their next monster was the grimacing tree-man Tabanga in the equally witless From Hell It Came, but it was designed by bargain basement artist Paul Blaisdell and has become something of a camp icon. But I hardly know anybody who's made it all the way through Phantom from 10,000 Leagues.